everyone. Welcome to Whispered Tales. Today, we'll embark on a powerful story about a lion cub who discovers his true strength and identity. This tale reveals how we can break free from the limitations others impose on us and embrace our inner potential. As we journey through the story, we'll also learn new words and how to use them in sentences, blending profound lessons with engaging English practice. So settle in and stay with us until the end for an inspiring adventure. Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush, untamed jungle, a lioness gave birth to a tiny cub. Tragically, moments after bringing her cub into the world, the lioness passed away. Alone and bewildered, the newborn cub lay vulnerable beside her. At that very moment, a flock of sheep wandered by, their gentle bleats filling the air. Confused and seeking comfort, the cub instinctively joined them, toddling along as if he belonged. Raised among the sheep, the cub grew up mimicking their ways. He nibbled on grass instead of hunting for meat, unaware of a lion's fierce nature. He never attempted to roar, believing himself to be one of them, a sheep in heart and mind. As time passed, the cub matured into a young lion, his golden mane beginning to frame his face, yet he still saw himself as part of the flock. One fateful day, an old lion, grizzled and wise, prowled through the jungle and spotted the young lion grazing among the sheep. His eyes widened in disbelief. Why is a lion living like a sheep? He wondered, puzzled by the sight. Determined to uncover the truth, the old lion sprang forward, charging at the flock. The sheep scattered in terror, and the young lion, trembling, fled alongside them. After a brief chase, the old lion caught up with the young lion, who cowered and cried out, "Please, let me go. I'm just an ordinary sheep." Stunned, the old lion realized the young one had lost his true identity. With gentle strength, he nudged the young lion toward a serene river, its waters glimmering under the sun. "Look at yourself in the water," he urged softly. In the calm, clear surface, the young lion gazed at his reflection for the first time. He saw no sheep staring back, only the fierce, majestic face of a lion. In that moment, truth dawned like a sunrise. He was no sheep, he was a lion. A powerful roar erupted from deep within him, echoing through the jungle, shaking the leaves and startling the birds. This sound awakened his strength, a surge of power he had never known. He realized his life among the sheep had been a mental trap, not his reality. This story carries a profound message. Cast off the false weaknesses society may impose on you. Like the young lion, you might find yourself trapped among sheep, surrounded by fear or doubt. Even the bravest can falter in a crowd of the timid, but you must rise above, discover your true potential, and embrace your inner strength. When you do, you'll roar like a lion and claim your authentic self. New words and sentences. Identity. Who or what someone is. She discovered her true identity as a talented artist. Potential. The ability to achieve great things in the future. Example. With hard work, he unlocked his potential to become a leader. Instill. To gradually introduce an idea or feeling. Example. Her parents instilled confidence in her from a young age. Mimic. To copy or imitate someone's behavior. Example, the child mimicked her teacher's gestures during class. Bewildered, confused or puzzled. Example, he was bewildered by the strange sounds in the forest. Majestic, grand and impressive in appearance or behavior. Example, the majestic mountain stood tall against the sky. Authentic, genuine or true to one's nature. Example, she felt most authentic when singing her own songs. Today, we learned new words and sentences through this inspiring story about self-discovery and strength. Learning English can be fun when you practice regularly, so keep listening, learning, and growing. To improve further, try repeating each sentence after listening to the story again. Make sure to like, comment, and share how this story motivated you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story where we'll continue learning together.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different.
Yeah, stepping away from the usual reports and data for a moment.
Exactly. We're focusing on just one source, but it's a really profound one. A fable called The Lion Cub, who discovered his true identity.
It really is profound. And our goal here isn't just to retell the story, nice as it is.
Right.
We want to dig into the specific philosophical ideas in there about potential, about identity, and how the story cleverly uses language to teach those ideas.
Yeah, and the setup itself is just,
Yeah.
wow, how does a lion cub, the apex predator, end up thinking he's a sheep?
It really hooks you, doesn't it?
It does. It immediately makes you think about, environment versus what you're born with.
And the story gets right into it. It starts with quite a bit of tragedy, actually.
Okay.
The mother lioness, she dies right after the cub is born, leaves him totally alone in the jungle.
Oh, wow. So right from the start, he's vulnerable.
Completely. And the source uses a key word here. He's bewildered.
Bewildered.
All right.
Confused, lost.
Exactly. Puzzled by being suddenly alone. And that feeling is really the seed for everything that follows.
So that confusion, that bewilderment, is what leads him to the sheep.
Precisely. A flock wanders past, and he just instinctively goes towards them, seeking, any kind of comfort or safety he can find.
Makes sense for a newborn.
It's pure survival instinct at that point. But that single decision, made in that vulnerable state, it sets the course for his entire upbringing. He doesn't see himself as different.
And the conditioning starts immediately.
It does. And what's really striking is how deep it goes. The source makes it clear he didn't just live near the sheep, he lived like them.
Ah, okay. That's a critical difference. He wasn't just hiding amongst them.
No, not at all. He started to mimic everything they did.
Mimic. There's another key word.
No.
So like copying their behavior.
Exactly. Copying, imitating. The story says he nibbled grass, never hunted, never even tried to roar, just made little bleating sounds like the sheep.
Wow. So he wasn't just pretending.
Not according to the source. It says he truly believed he was a sheep in heart and mind. He completely bought into their fearful way of looking at the world.
But I mean, physically.
Yeah.
He must have started looking very different, right? Bigger, stronger, claws, teeth.
Yeah.
Not very sheep-like? How did he square that?
That's the power of the mental trap, isn't it? His belief, his conditioning, it was stronger than the physical evidence.
So like cognitive dissonance.
Absolutely. He was basically conditioned into fear from day one. When your whole world tells you to be timid and afraid, even if you have the strength of a lion, you suppress it. You stay small, mentally.
So he's physically imposing maybe, but psychologically a sheep.
That's it. His mind kept him trapped. He was bewildered at birth, which led him to mimic the sheep, internalizing their fear.
Okay, so that sets the scene perfectly for something to shake things up.
Exactly. And that's when the old lion enters the picture.
The catalyst.
Yes. The source describes him as grizzled and wise, the real deal, pure lion nature.
And he sees the young lion who were just hanging out with the sheep.
Sees him grazing, eating grass with the flock. And the old lion's reaction is just total disbelief. He can't comprehend it. Like, what is a lion doing acting like a sheep?
That must have been a sight. So the old lion decides to intervene.
He does. He feels he has to, which leads to this confrontation.
Which sounds terrifying for the young one.
Oh, absolutely. The old lion charges towards the flock.
And the sheep scatter.
Naturally. Pure terror. And our young lion, he doesn't stand his ground. He doesn't even hesitate.
He runs with them.
Runs right alongside them, trembling, the source says. Just pure conditioned reflex kicking in. Fear. Flight.
Even though he probably could have faced the old lion. Physically, at least.
Physically, maybe, but mentally. He's still a sheep at that moment. His programming is all about escape.
So what happens when the old lion catches him?
It's actually quite poignant. The young lion doesn't fight. He doesn't roar in defiance. He just cowers.
And denies who he is.
Completely. The source gives us his exact words. He cries out, "Please let me go. I'm just an ordinary sheep."
Wow. An ordinary sheep. That says it all, doesn't it? It's not about ability. It's about self-perception. He genuinely thinks he's weak.
And the old lion, being wise, he gets it immediately. He sees this isn't aggression. It's a deep-seated identity crisis.
So shouting at him wouldn't work. Arguing wouldn't work.
Right. Logic won't break through years of that kind of conditioning. The young lion needs proof. something undeniable.
Okay, so how does the old lion provide that? What's the method?
It's clever. He uses the environment. He gently sort of nudges the terrified young lion towards a river. A calm, clear river.
The reflection.
Exactly. He tells him, look down, look at yourself.
And this is the turning point, because the reflection isn't an opinion, it's not an argument.
It's objective reality, undeniable truth staring right back at him.
So what does he see? Not the sheep he expects, obviously.
No, he sees this fierce, powerful, majestic face. The face of a lion.
And majestics, that's a great word the source uses there. Grand, impressive.
Absolutely. The complete opposite of a timid sheep. And seeing that image, that majestic reflection, it shatters the illusion. The cognitive dissonance just breaks.
That must have been an overwhelming moment. The truth hitting him all at once.
Like a sunrise, the source says, dawning on him. And then the climax.
The roar.
The roar, a sound he's never made. It just erupts from deep inside him. Powerful.
And it affects the world around him.
Oh, yeah. Shakes the leaves, startles the birds. It's not just noise. It's a physical assertion of his true nature, his identity.
And feeling that power surge through him.
It awakens something. He feels a strength he never knew he possessed. He realizes his potential.
Potential. So it wasn't about gaining new power, was it? It was about unlocking what was already there.
Precisely. He had the potential all along, but it was completely buried under the fear he'd learned from the sheep.
And in that roar, he finally accesses it.
Yes. And he understands instantly that his whole life among the sheep wasn't real. It was, as the source puts it, a mental trap, not his reality.
A mental trap. That's the core message, isn't it? How do we take that and apply it? For us, for you listening, how do we spot our own sheep that might be trapping us?
Well, the story really pushes us towards introspection, doesn't it? Look at the environment you're in, the people you're surrounded by.
Are they lifting you up or holding you back?
Exactly. Are you surrounded by sort of a sheep mentality? Fear, doubt, small thinking? Because if you are, the story warns, you might start mimicking those traits, even if they're not truly yours.
Even if you have that inner lion strength.
Even then, the fear you feel might just be an echo from the flock, not your own authentic voice.
Authentic. So it's less about being aggressive like a lion and more about being true to yourself.
That's the heart of it. Recognizing when the group's fear or timidity is limiting you, it's about claiming your authentic self, being genuine.
Which means shedding those false weaknesses you picked up along the way.
Right. And you see how the vocabulary works together now.
Yeah, let's tie those key words together again. Thinking about the lion's journey.
Okay, so first there's identity. Realizing who you truly are beneath the conditioning. Seeing that true reflection, not the false one you adopted out of fear or that initial bewilderment.
Got it. Identity first. Then comes the roar.
Which represents potential. The unlocking of your inherent abilities, the capacity for great things that was always there, just waiting for the mental trap to be sprung.
Right. The power that emerges when you stop, nibbling grass when you're built to hunt.
Exactly. And finally, living authentically. Once you've roared, you can't really go back to bleeding convincingly, can you?
Probably not.
It means making choices that align with that true identity and potential, moving beyond the fear, even if it makes the surrounding sheep uncomfortable at first.
It's amazing how this simple fable makes those big concepts, identity, potential, authenticity, feel so real.
Yeah.
Tangible. You almost feel the roar.
It really does. It anchors them in a very visceral way. It's a powerful lesson in recognizing your own worth and, crucially, the impact of your surroundings.
Embracing that inner strength, that authentic self, lets you find your own roar, so to speak.
Whatever form that takes for you, yes.
So we've gone from this initial tragedy, the false identity built on being bewildered and mimicking fear, all the way to that majestic reflection and the roar of finding your authentic self and potential. It's quite a journey.
A powerful narrative arc. And it shows how one well-chosen source can offer so much story, philosophy, and even language learning all wrapped up together.
Definitely.
Now, we focused a lot today on that moment of realization, finding the strength within. But there's one more word the source touches on near the end that I think is worth leaving you with.
Okay.
The word is instill.
Instill, meaning like to gradually introduce an idea or a feeling.
Exactly. Think about the old lion. He didn't just yell, "You're a lion." He guided the young one to the river. He helped instill the truth through that reflection. It wasn't instantaneous. It was a process initiated by that moment.
Okay, so it's a gradual building of belief.
Right. So the question for you listening is this. If the old lion could help instill that truth and confidence in the cub, What's one authentic truth, one core confidence about your own potential that you could start consciously instilling in yourself, gradually, starting today?
Not just waiting for the roar, but actively building towards it.
Precisely. That slow, steady nurturing of a belief can be incredibly powerful, something to maybe explore further.
That's a great thought to end on. Thank you for that deep dive, and thanks to all of you for joining us. We'll see you next time.